Vivid. This piece is a vivid personal essay about life in a hospital. Personal essay. The writer turns an ordinary workday into a compelling personal essay. Boundary. The essay explores the boundary between caregiving and emotional exhaustion. Caregiving. Caregiving requires both compassion and patience. Emotional exhaustion. Repeated conflict with patients can lead to emotional exhaustion. Hospital setting. The story takes place in a busy hospital setting. Present. The writer presents three different incidents in sequence. Incident. Each incident reveals a different kind of difficulty. In sequence. The events are presented in sequence. Mounting. The reader can feel the writer's mounting exhaustion. First hand. The reader experiences the tension of the day firsthand. Central theme. Emotional exhaustion is the central theme of the essay. Rudeness. Rudeness can be more exhausting than the work itself. Disorder. The nurse has to deal with both illness and disorder. Capture the hollow. The final sentences capture the hollow of the essay. Object of nursing care. Physical illness is an object of nursing care. Endure. Nurses often have to endure rude or unreasonable behavior. Stubbornness. The guardian's stubbornness made communication difficult. Violation. The repeated violations of hospital rules create serious safety problems. In the name of. The nurse is expected to tolerate everything in the name of caregiving. Emotionally draining. Dealing with unreasonable demands can be emotionally draining. Contrast. The contrast between caregiving and exhaustion is especially effective. Make clear. The final paragraph makes clear that the writer does not dislike caring for a patient. Unreasonable behavior. Unreasonable behavior can wear down even a patient nurse. Be expected to tolerate. Hospital workers are sometimes expected to tolerate verbal abuse. Effective structure. The essay has a simple but effective structure. Careless packaging. The careless packaging of the medication embarrassed nurse. One-sided. The guardian dominated the conversation with a one-sided explanation. Compassion. The nurse treats the elderly woman with compassion. Patient safety. The nurse must place patient safety above the patient's temporary feelings. Uncontrollable behavior. The third incident involves uncontrollable behavior. Bewilderment. The first scene conveys the nurse's bewilderment. Reputation. The nurse is concerned about the hospital's reputation. Gradual progression. The three incidents form a gradual emotional progression. Wear down. Repeated conflicts gradually wear down the nurse's patience. Patience. The essay shows how the writer's patience is gradually worn down. Come across naturally. The writer's exhaustion comes across naturally. Sense of immediacy. The short sentences give the essay a strong sense of immediacy. Conversational voice. The writer's conversational voice makes the story engaging. Succession. The succession of short sentences conveys the writer's astonishment. Convey. The dialogue effectively conveys the absurdity of the situation. Astonishment. Her astonishment is expressed through short exclamations. Absurdity. The question reveals the absurdity of the situation. Distinctive. The writer has a strong and distinctive voice. Preserve the rhythm. The translation should preserve the rhythm of the original essay. Polish it. A polished medical report would not capture the same emotional energy. Defensive humor. The writer uses defensive humor to endure difficult situations. Beneath. Deep awareness lies beneath the humor. Weary. A weary question lies beneath the playful expression. Sort something out. The nurse wonders why she always has to sort everything out. Coexistence. The coexistence of humor and awareness gives the essay depth. Nuanced. The second incident presents a more nuanced picture of the patient. Considerable kindness. The nurse treats the elderly woman with considerable kindness. Firmly. The nurse firmly takes the unsafe chair back. Establish a boundary. Caregivers sometimes need to establish a clear boundary unconditionally. Nursing does not mean grant every request unconditionally. Granting every request unconditionally. Disappointed. The patient may feel disappointed when a request is refused. Combine A with B. The nurse's words combine tenderness with firmness. The nurse's words combine tenderness with firmness. Tenderness. Her voice contains both tenderness and authority. Areas that could be improved. Areas that could be improved. The analysis points out several areas that could be improved with certainty. We cannot know with certainty why the nursing home acted that way. Soften an expression. The sentence could be softened for publication. Overlook. They may have overlooked some of the requirements. Encompass. The title may not fully encompass all three incidents. Encompass. Emphasize. A different title could emphasize the writer's emotional exhaustion. A different title could emphasize the writer's emotional exhaustion, lingering reflection. The alternative title creates a stronger sense of lingering reflection. Bring something into sharper focus. New title brings the essay's central theme into sharper focus. Overall assessment. The overall assessment highlights the essay's strengths and weakness. Psychological insight. The final sentence demonstrates strong psychological insight. Literary quality. Repetition and short sentence improve the essay's literary quality. Converge. Converge. These three incidents converge in the final sentence. Compelling. Compelling. This is a compelling essay with a strong personal voice. Sense of place. Sense of place. The detailed description creates a vivid sense of place. Refinement. Refinement. With a little refinement, the essay could become even stronger. Emotional labor. The essay reviews the emotional labor involved in nursing. Appropriate boundaries. Caregivers need to set appropriate boundaries for everyone's safety. Suddenly, there was a patient who suddenly decided to leave the hospital yesterday. Decided to leave the hospital. The patient suddenly decided to leave the hospital. Moved to a nursing home. I heard that the patient was moving to a nursing home. Nursing home. Several tests are required before someone can enter a nursing home. Be required. Several medical tests are usually required. Medical statement. They are told to bring only a medical statement. Be in a hurry to. Be in a hurry to. The nursing home must have been in a hurry to admit the patient. Admit a patient. The nursing home was ready to admit the patient. The patient's own medications. The patient's own medications had to be taken out so they could be sent along. Send along. We need to send the patient's medications along with them. Other things. The medicine had been put in an empty IV fluid bag. Other things. Other things. IV fluid bag. The medications were placed inside an empty IV fluid bag. Staple something shut. The bag had been stapled shut. Be supposed to. Were they supposed to take the medicine or not? Were they supposed to take the medicine or not? Hand over. Hand over. If I had handed it over like that, it would have been embarrassing. An embarrassment too. An embarrassment too. It would have been an embarrassment to me and to the hospital. Guardian. The patient's guardian called the hospital. Prescription. The guardian asked us to send a prescription. Available. Available. There was no prescription available. There was no prescription available. Cut someone off. Cut someone off. The guardian cut me off before I could finish explaining. Keep insisting. Keep insisting. Keep insisting. The guardian kept insisting that everything had already been sent. Give someone a chance to speak. Give someone a chance to speak. They wouldn't give me a chance to speak. Say firmly. I finally said firmly, please let me finish. Please let me finish. Identify medications. Identify medications. Our hospital had to identify the medications. Medication identification list. We will send the medication identification list as well. The heat has gotten to someone. The elderly woman said that the heat had gotten to her. On the verge of tears. On the verge of tears. She was on the verge of tears. She was on the verge of tears. Heart over. She said that she was hurting all over. Receive an injection. She had a lead. Received an injection. She had already taken some medicine. A cup of cold water with ice. I gave her a cup of cold water with ice. I gave her a cup of cold water with ice. Find someone a place to sit. Find someone a place to sit. I found her a place to sit at rest. Nurse's station. She carried away a chair from the nurse's station. Be meant for. The chair was meant for a patient's guardians. How a nurse? How a nurse? Did she carry the chair away by herself? How a nurse? Did she carry the chair away by herself? Someone reported that she was sitting on the plastic chair. Dangerously. She was sitting dangerously on the plastic chair. Belong to. This chair belongs to the hospital. Be upset. Be upset. Please don't be upset. Injure one's leg. The young patient injured his leg after falling from a height of 5 meters. From a height of 5 meters. He fell from a height of 5 meters. Be allowed to. He isn't allowed to smoke. Harass. He harasses his caregiver because he isn't allowed to smoke. Caregiver. The caregiver tried to stop him from leaving the ward. The caregiver tried to stop him from leaving the ward. Give someone a hard time. Give someone a hard time. He gives his guardian a hard time as well. Put weight on one's leg. Put weight on one's leg. He isn't supposed to put any weight on his injured leg. Go all the way down too. He went all the way down to the first floor by himself. Go after someone. We had to go after him and bring him back. We had to go after him and bring him back. Bring someone back. The nurses brought the patient back to the ward. The nurses brought the patient back to the ward. Can hardly tell whether A or B. I can hardly tell whether I am dealing with a patient or a nightmare. Deal with. Nurses sometimes have to deal with very difficult situations. Care for. If someone is simply ill, I can care for them. Behave like this. When patients behave like this, the staff exhausted. Drain someone's energy. Drain someone's energy. There are constant demands drained my energy. Every last bit of energy. The situation drained every last bit of energy out of me.